Okay guys, so Jim just challenged me again. I'm gonna go with my quest rogue, try to get redemption. He beat me in the first game when I used this deck, but it's changed, and I'll try to go over some of the cards while we're playing. So this deck is really dependent on getting the right cards, basically. So let me turn the volume down on this a little bit. Okay, so my quest is play 4 minions with the same name, and the reward is Crystal Core, which is a 5 mana spell, which turns all of your minions into 5/5s for the rest of the game. You can only have 2 of any card in the deck at the same time, so that's kind of difficult, so you have to use the rogue abilities to bounce cards back to your hand to play them a second time. Glacial Shard is a 2/1 for 1 mana, it freezes the enemy. It can freeze a minion or the hero. Hungry Crab destroys a Murloc, gain 2/2. It's a really powerful 1-drop. Actually, I'm going to keep it since he has a Paladin. I'm running out of time here. So I'll just keep the Crab. And hopefully he has a Murloc to kill early on. So Preparation, 0 cost. Reduce the cost of a spell by 3. Really good with the quest you get from completing this quest. So obviously turn 1, usually play your quest. Sometimes you don't, just to mess with the opponent's head if it's a quest that you can't start doing things with immediately. So automatically, right off the bat, I'm going to feel bad for Jim, because explaining stuff while I'm playing means my turns are going to be a lot longer. So he's playing, I don't know, maybe a lot of small minions. We'll see. I don't have anything good to play this turn. I could just weapon up, but I think I'll play my 2/3 because I don't think he's going to have pirates. So, just to get something on the board to contest his minions. Next turn, we're going to try to play this Igneous Elemental. It's 3 cost. Death Rattle, so when it gets killed, add 2 1/2 elementals to your hand. And those 1/2 elementals will have the same name. They'll be, I think, just Flame Elemental. And that's an easy way to boost up your quest really fast once this dies. Okay, so he's playing a hand buff deck, so that's why he has a small minion on turn 1. I probably wouldn't have played the 1/2 on turn 1, just because it's not going to do much, and he didn't have anything on the board to protect. So, his minions can get out of hand really quick with this hand buff stuff. So this might be a quick game. So Firefly Battlecry is add a 1/2 elemental to your hand, and it's the same as the elemental from this off the Death Rattle. So that means I'm going to have 3 of these fire elementals or flame elementals to play. So I only need 1 bounce, basically. I don't have any bounces yet. So we're just going to play this. Kill is 1/2. Nothing else we can do. End the turn. I want to get my weapon up so I can start killing these little things. But would much rather have this 2/3 Igneous Elemental on the board, so that it can hopefully trade into whatever he plays this turn. Nope. So this is rough. But he's not getting... Okay, so yes, I can trade it. So this turn, I think I'm going to use my weapon, ping that, which means deal 1 damage to it to get rid of his Divine Shield. I don't know why he didn't attack with it. He should have. So, if I use my weapon, 2 mana left, I ping this off. I'm going to trade this in I'm going to kill this into his 3/3. It's not going to kill it, but I have my weapon that can do 1 damage to it next turn. Or trade in... Actually... played one of these. And one of these. Just to get some stuff out. So now you can see I have 1 of these flame elementals and then 2 in my hand. This can generate 2 more, but I don't think I'm going to need that right off. I just need to get a bounce. Any of my bounce cards, which will return a minion to my hand. So I can play that next turn. And we might... Let's see, we'll have 5 mana. If I get a 2 mana bounce... It'll be 1, 2, 3. We should be able to finish the quest next turn. That's really bad for us. Because it buffed his guy from 1 health to 2 health, so now we can't use our weapon to kill it. But we have this little 2/1. We still don't have a bounce. This is really bad for us. So, just going to trade that in. 5 mana. We're going to poke that. Trade that into it. We're going to play the Ignis Elemental because it looks like we're not going to get a bounce. So we need those Flame Elementals. And I think 2, 3, 4. No. I'll just weapon up because I don't want to play out both of my Flame Elementals because I need to bounce one, and if he does something to this that makes it so it can't get killed, or he, I don't know, just does something to it, I won't get those elementals off it, so that means I would play 1 elemental, have 1 mana left over. I'd rather use my mana efficiently, use 2 mana to get my dagger. Okay, so that weapon he just played buffs every minion he plays by 1/1, so it works really well with his hero power and all his small minions that he probably has. He has no mana left this turn. Nothing in his hand is buffed. Cards that are buffed in this game in hand will sparkle just like this guy's sparkling. So we can tell, even if he has minions in hand, none of them are buffed. Okay, we still don't have a bounce. This is not going good. But we can complete the quest this turn. So we have a ton of these flame elementals. How many have we played? We've only played 2? Okay. So it's 3. And that's 4. So we completed the quest, and it'll give us a 5 mana crystal core. For the rest of the game, your minions are 5/5s. So this reduces the cost of this spell by 3, which is really overpowered. They probably need to change that so that this isn't a spell. So now all these 1/2s are now 5/5s. And I'm going to play really cautiously and trade with all his minions because I don't want him to kill me. So he could have a board clear right now. I think he can still equality, which sets all my minions to 1 health. I'm not sure. This quest is really weird in that respect because it some cards can make these not 5/5s anymore, but some cards can't. And I don't know all the interactions yet. But the real beauty of this quest is all these cards cost 1/1, but they're 5/5s. And like that card he just killed was a 1/1 with charge that cost 1. So a 1 cost 5/5 charge is ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to play this just to draw something to see if we can kill him this turn. It since this is a combo, that means you have to play a card during the turn before you play it. I'm going to play it first, because this card can return a minion to your hand whenever, because it's a battle cry. It's not a combo. So, return it to my hand. Try again. I don't think we can get anything that... Oh, we do. So we have 25, 26 damage. That's unfortunate, but I think we're going to go face anyway. And we're not going to play that simply because next turn we can play it and then bounce it again for 10 damage if we need to. We have to have a weapon equipped for this to have charge. And charge is kind of an overpowered thing in this game, just because they've had to nerf a lot of cards that have charge so far. And this one only works when you have a weapon, so I have to pay 2 to get my weapon. So he came really close. I didn't realize how close to death I was. We'll give him a well played. And we'll show him that we could have killed him. Well, actually, no, we can't, so oh well. We had too many minions on board, so we couldn't bounce that back. So sometimes that's bad. But, yeah, that deck works. Usually you're closer to death than even I was that game. So it worked out that time. Still a little bit scary right there at the end. If he had a couple other buffs, it's possible he could have killed me. But that was that. That's how that deck's supposed to work. I should have gotten bounces a lot faster, and it would have worked a lot better. We can actually look at the deck in its entirety. So I switched out a couple things right before the game. I didn't think you would have pirates, so I switched out one of those. If I had more time, I probably would have switched out both. I got an extra backstab. 0 cost spells are really good. So 0 cost deal 2 damage to any undamaged minion. Easy to remove early minions. Prep. 0 cost reduce any spell by 3. That's basically just for the quest card. So yeah. Shadow Step, another 0 cost. Return a friendly minion to your hand. And it costs 2 less, so you can play it again almost every time with this deck. Firefly, just a 1-2 that puts a 1-2 in your hand, so you can get lots of 1-cost cards that are going to be 5/5s. That Glacial Shard we talked about earlier. The Hungry Crab, destroy a Murloc, gain 2/2. That's just a good early game card, especially against the Murloc decks that are around right now. A lot of decks run Murlocs. South Sea Deckhand has charge when we have a weapon equipped. We used that one. And charges are really great. This is another charge. 1/1 for 1. So both of these being 5/5 charges later in the game is really good. And bouncing them, you might just have this minion in your hand and like 3 bounces and kill your opponent in 1 turn. People hate that. It's the quest. Bilefin Hunter, 2 mana. 2/1 that summons a 1/1 taunt. This is basically just to help against aggro, and also it'll be 2 mana, summon 2 5/5s on 1 turn, and one of them has taunt later on. It's pretty good. Gadgets and Ferryman we used, just a combo, return a friendly minion to your hand. The Novice Engineer, Battlecry, draw a card. This is just to help you get through your deck a little bit faster if you're getting unlucky. And you can usually bounce this one as well, so if you play this 4 times, that's just 4 extra cards in your hand, and then you complete the quest, so usually you'll do pretty good. But it costs 2, so it's a little bit more difficult. Hitful Brewmaster, just a 3/2, return a friendly minion to your hand. This works obviously just a bounce, and a battle cry is, it happens when it gets played into the field from your hand. We played that earlier. I talked about it. Mimic Pod, 3 mana, draw a card and add a copy of it to your hand. So you get 2 cards for 3 mana, and it's usually not that great, but you do want to duplicate cards in your deck. You want to duplicate your bounces, you want to duplicate your fireflies, you want to duplicate your chargers, duplicate any minion really, so you can, if you get 2 minions and then you just need 2 bounces to complete the quest, or you can try to get 4 copies of a minion like we did. There's all kinds of different ways. And Vanish is a recent addition. 6 mana, return all minions to their owner's hands. So that works well against people who build up a big board that you can't deal with, and by turn 6 you can just get rid of everything on their side of the board and they have to start over, and then you're going to be playing your 5/5s every turn, multiple 5/5s. And yep, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully the audio is a little bit louder. I'll talk to you guys later.